Hi guys, sorry if the quality of this video isn't that great. I'm on my iPhone, but I am going to be making some date energy balls today, and I wanted to show you guys how I make mine. So what you guys are going to need is cacao powder, coconut oil, peanut butter. You can use natural if you want, I just don't have any right now. Some medjool dates, I'm going to pit them and soak them. Some oats, a bowl to soak them in, and a food processor, which is dirty right now, sorry, but I use it all the time. And I will have all of the measurements listed down below. And it turns out that the dates that I got are actually already pitted. So if you've never seen the inside of a date before, normally there would be a stone in the middle that you have to take out or else you can break your teeth. And they're already pretty soft, so I'm only gonna soak them for about 5 minutes, and I'm just gonna put them all in that bowl and just cover them with water so they can get nice and soft. They'll blend up a lot easier. So I ended up using about 3/4 of the whole package that I had. I have about 6 dates left, and I just put some water in the top. I brought it away from the counter so that you guys can see it. The lighting in here is really bad. But I'm just gonna let these soak for 5 minutes, like I said. Then when they're nice and soft, I will throw them in with the rest of the stuff that I'm getting ready to blend. So the first thing I'm gonna blend is the oats. I'm gonna blend them by themselves first to kind of get them into almost a flour consistency. So the sticky stuff has something that will kind of bring it all together in a ball. So I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna add in some cacao powder, and then peanut butter and coconut and the dates all go together. And the good thing about using peanut butter is that if the consistency isn't quite right, you can add a little more to kind of get it to stick together the way that you want. Okay, so now that it's a fine powder, I'm gonna go ahead and add my dates, which I drained the water. They're nice and soft now. And then I'm also gonna add the peanut butter, I think, with the dates because they're both sticky and I want them to be like well incorporated throughout. And then I'm gonna add my coconut oil and my cacao powder, and I'm adding the oil with the powder so that the powder doesn't kind of stick on the outside. The oil is kind of gonna help it mix in the rest of the mixture. So I have my dates in. My food processor has this cool thing that will like scrape the sides for me, and I can control it from the top once I put the lid on. And I'm gonna mix those together. Okay, so you can kind of see how it's that sort of sticky mixture. It's not completely mixed all the way through yet. I still have some oats on the bottom that haven't picked up. And I'm gonna add in my peanut butter. And if you hear like a weird crackling sound or a beeping, I'm cooking a sweet potato in the oven for my dinner, and it's not quite done yet. So I'm gonna add in the peanut butter and then add in the rest of the ingredients, and then we'll be ready to ball them up. So now that this is all mixed, and smells literally like peanut butter cookie dough. It smells so good. Dates are kind of like brown sugar, nature's brown sugar, and they're delicious. I'm gonna add in the cacao powder. I'm so sorry about the lighting. This kitchen has horrible lighting. And then I melted some coconut oil. I'm gonna add that in as well. And then I'm gonna blend. I'm also gonna add a little bit of water in here. It is pretty thick, as you can see, and I really don't want it to get all caught up on itself. So I'm gonna add probably like a teaspoon of water just to get it to blend a little bit better. So this is a really good consistency. The mixture is actually balling up on its own in the food processor. And this is kind of what you want it to look like. What I like to do just to make sure everything gets mixed in really well is I'll smush out and kind of tear up the balls in here and put them back in the food processor. Give them one more run because I don't want to have one chunk with just oats and dates and one chunk with like the peanut butter and the chocolate. It does a pretty good job of mixing itself, but I just like to be sure. So the way I like to store these guys is in a Tupperware container. I do coat the bottom with wax paper, and between each layer of the energy balls I put wax paper on. I did roll a couple in cacao powder. That's what you see. I just kind of roll them in the powder on a plate because they're really sweet, and I like to kind of counteract that with the bitterness on the outside. I tie my hair back, but I really do think that these are a great dupe for no-bake cookies. If you like no-bake cookies, these taste similar. Obviously not the same, just because there isn't all the milk fat and everything in it, but they're amazing and they're great. You can store them in the fridge for like 2 weeks, and if you have a sweet tooth like me, they're a really great option, especially when you are trying to eat more plant-based. And that's it for this recipe. I really appreciate all of you guys who did watch this video. I have found it kind of hard to find recipes that I like because I am trying to eat more plant-based and more compassionate. And I kind of used some other recipes as inspiration from some food blogs. I did jack somebody's recipe and copy it ingredient for ingredient. That was not my intention at all. And this baby wanted to say bye. She was whining at my feet. Bye, guys.